Okay, I was doing some research and I ran across this. Now, a lot of people know of this, but they don't know why. When the Jews circumcise a baby, the rabbi sucks the kid's dick. Okay? Now, they're saying, well, we do that because it's tradition and blah, 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 but they never really tell you why. Well, I'm going to show you why. I was looking at a book of demonology. The idol Baal-beth, which the Jews worshipped after the death of Gideon. Baal, Baal is Bel, Bel is Satan, Satan, but it's Lord. So let's just call it Lord, but we know it's of a demonic entity, which the Jews worshipped after the death of Gideon, was identical, according to rabbis, with Baal-zebub. Say Beelzebub. The Baal of flies. That's where you get the movie The Lord of the Flies. The god Ekron, he was worshipped in the shape of a fly. And the Jewish tradition states that so addicted were the Jews to this cult that they would carry an image of him in their pockets, producing it and kissing it from time to time. Baal-zebub is called Baal-berith because such Jews might be said to make a covenant or devotion to that idol, being unwilling to part with it for a single moment. Interesting, 63b. According to another conception, Baal-berith was an obscure article of idolatrous worship, possibly a simulacrum. This is evidently based on the significance of the word beret, meaning circumcision. So the reason that they suck the kid's dick, honestly, is because the word beret has to do with circumcision, and it goes back to the name of this Beelzebub and the fact that they were idol worshippers of it and that they would kiss it all the time. So this is just another way of paying homage to a demonic entity, or Saturn or Satan, whatever you want to call it. That's why they do it. Okay? You can go look up this video yourself, and the guy will not tell you why they do it. He's just saying that's the way they did it in the old days. So that's just kind of off the cuff video. But it's important because if you remember the video I did not too long ago where the kid says for the TV, you see these two pillars here I can't get through? All of this is all tied together. All of this stuff is tied together. They can't get through the pillars, so they're trying to go under the pillars. They're trying to go around them. They're trying to get into this reality. Now, they use electrical devices, TV, radio, computers. Because if you go and you look, and I'll dig this up for you. When people conjure up spirits, they never come up human looking, so to speak. They come up fucked up looking, like an animal and a human combined, or two animals, or whatever. They never come up looking like a human. But when requested, they'll take on somewhat of a human form. When you look at that movie, Donnie Darko, and everybody kept talking about this character in there named Frank that they thought was a rabbit. That wasn't a rabbit. That was a demon. His name is Botus. He deals with time and space, that demonic entity. And incidentally, if you remember the movie, that's what it was about. He was changing the course of time by taking an alternate path. And so these guys are allowed, or somehow pull it off, to systematically, and this, I'm pretty sure this is what Steve Jobs did. They called Steve Jobs the magician because I'm sure that he took a binary system like a computer and was able to allow these things to access the computer and create a human pictorial picture that moves and acts like a human being but is not. Just like the kid in the commercial trying to sell the antennas for Clear TV.
You know something about two little pillars right here? I can't even go across it. So I went down to two little pillars right here. I can't even go across it. I can't even go across it, go across it, go across it, go across it.
So what's happening is that these guys are trying to influence our world through their world. All of these numbers are where they're at. This is where this is working and how this is happening. Digital manipulation. These guys, this shit you're seeing on TV, I told you, is not happening the way that you think that it's happening. This is coming from another realm. This guy's clearly telling you he can't get into the real world. If you notice, there's trees and stuff outside, but he can't get to those trees because he's locked on the other side. Just like when you look at these guys on a computer screen, they're locked on the other side of the screen. They can't get through. That's the reality of what's going on here. That's why all of these news stories are all fucked up, and they're all coded because those numbers all coincide with that Saturn-looking thing. That's what's going on here. I'm pretty sure that's what Steve Jobs did. Let me see if I can find that magazine cover. So here's old Steve Jobs right here. Interesting they got him in purple and black, which is indigo. Right? They called him a magician because what he did is he made it available for them to appear on your computer screen looking like human beings, but they're not. They're not human. Sorry. It's the way it works. So the manipulation, when it said Saturn, center of the Earth, basically what they're telling you is that at the center of the Earth is where all of this bullshit's going on. Where all this demonic activity is going is in the center of this fucking planet. That's where it's coming from. And whatever that is, it's that thing that we're seeing, that model that I showed you, that has a triangle inside it, the cube, and all of that stuff. The story will come together and it will make sense as we go on. But they can't get through, as you clearly saw. They're blocked. And that goes back to the biblical story of the rich man and the poor man. And the rich man lived a lavish life. But when he died, he was in torment. And he said, well, why don't you let me come back and warn the others? And they said, no, you can't. They got their chance just like you had yours. And he said he couldn't cross over to the other side where the poor man that died, who had gone to heaven, he could see him, but he couldn't get there because there was an invisible gulf, or there was a dividing barrier that they couldn't get through. Just like that kid showed you right here. They can't get through. He can see it, but he can't get to it. And so they're trying to influence you from their area here. And they're doing it. They're creating all of this chaos on TV. Not necessarily in real life, but people are buying it as being real. So that's it for this for this video. I'm still seeing a lot of sevens. If you go look at that wheel, I think the number is 741. So start looking for numbers. Start looking for stories that got a 7, a 4, and a 1 in them, or a 1, a 4, and a 7, or a or a 471 or a 174 or whatever, that combination. Oh, one other thing they had on the news today. Let me grab that real quick. So this was on the news. Deadly limo fire. Dramatic photos show smoke. This was in San Mateo, California. Okay, nobody knows why it started or where they were going. Same demonic bullshit in all of these stories. But here's the key word. It's San Mateo. It's in purple. You got fire. We know that that's what these guys are all about, is destruction and burning and fucking destruction. Right? It's in San Mateo. Remember this fruitcake? The football player who had the green girlfriend? Remember that? Oh. Yeah, his name was Manti Teo. And he got burned. Remember? The girl burned him? So here you got San Mateo, where the girls got burned. Here you got Manti Teo, and he got burned. Believe me, the connecting thing is the color purple and the fire. These guys are trying to get into our reality. They can't get past the pillars. That's the main thing. Okay? This goes. We'll get into more of this later, but just so you understand. The news is not coming from here. It's designed for them. The only time it affects you is when they're trying to get you to move or think in a certain way.